these two guys, this couple, this married couple, Ananias and Sapphira, they said, look at the praise Barnabas is getting. Look at the acclaim he's getting. Let's also do this. Let's sell our property and give the money to the apostles and say, you can use this for your good. So they sold their property. But when they saw the money, it was quite a lot. They said, look, we don't need to give all of this. We just give a part of it to the apostles. So Ananias went to Peter and he said, this is the money we got from the sale of our estates. And Peter said to him, is this all you got? And there would have been something in his voice that should have alerted Ananias, but the guy wasn't thinking at all. And he said, yes, this is all the money that I got. And Peter said, how do you think you can lie to the Holy Spirit and get away with it? And he dropped dead. A little while later, his wife, Sapphira, came and Peter asked her, is this all the money you got from the sale of your property? And again, I am sure there must have been an edge in his voice that should have warned her, but she wasn't listening either. And she said, yes, this is all I got. And Peter again said, how do you think you can lie to the Holy Spirit? And she too dropped dead. Now, I'm not going to talk about why God did this to these two people. That's a talk for another time. But it is an indication of how serious a sin like this is. And what is a sin really? It is pretending to be somebody you're not. It's pretending to be holier than you are. And this is something very often a lot of us are guilty of. We stress on the externals. We see how people look at us instead of focusing on the internals and what is inside us to see whether we're clean on the inside, which is why Jesus used to get so mad at the Pharisees. He used to call them, whitewashed tombs, like beautiful to look at from the outside, but rotting and decaying on the inside. And that is a terrible sin that we commit. And once again, the reason I'm talking about this is because I want us to really get our act clean together for that day of Pentecost, because I am telling you, I know this for a fact. God is going to do something extraordinary with a lot of people this Pentecost. He's not sent us to our houses for no reason. He's made sure that all the external trappings are taken away. The church is taken away. The crowds are taken away. The politics is taken away. You're just on your own. And here is where you realize, do I have faith with God or not? I've been alone here for a month. It's the best thing that could have happened to me because I don't have to minister to anybody. I don't have to talk to anybody. I don't have to preach. I don't have to teach. I just have time here other than the reflections to spend with God and to say, God, what's this? What's this all about? And he's telling me he is going to do something extraordinary during these times, and he's preparing his people for it. And I'm hoping that out of those watching this, there are a few who will take this message very seriously and go to him and say, Lord, I have cleaned up the best I could. I don't want to be fake. I don't want to be beautiful on the outside. I want to be pretty on the inside. And if he sees this inclination in our heart, trust me when I tell you, he will give us the grace and the power we need to do it. So that's number 2, when we lie to the Holy Spirit. 3, when we grieve him. Ephesians 4:30 says, do not grieve the Holy Spirit with whom you have been sealed with for the day of redemption. Yeah, the second part is really important because, in the old days, the Holy Spirit used to be given to a few people for a limited time, for a specific purpose. And the moment it was over, it was taken away.